Hey friends, Peggy Hall back with you from the healthyamerican.org. I want to tell you about this investigation. It's the fourth time that I've been investigated by the California Bar Association. I want to tell you about this. It's quite amusing to me, and I just thought you would like to be up to date on what's going on with me. Do you have animals? I have a lovely dog and cat. They're both senior citizens. And it seems like right when I want to go live, that's exactly when they want my attention. They want to be fed. They want to go out. Oh gosh. Anyhow, grateful to be here with you. And I will give them some attention as soon as I'm off this video. Let me know where you are tuning in from. Let me know if you are an attorney, if you're married to an attorney, if you are a former attorney, if you stay away from attorneys at all costs. If you are like me and you had considered law school, I actually am very interested in justice, not social justice, and not justice for some, but I've always been a person who is fascinated by the rule of law, how societies are organized. I have always enjoyed civics classes, and I'm just one of those people that is interested in how political systems are formed and by what authority somebody tries to have authority over me. So it has been an interest of mine. And apparently this interest is getting me in hot water. So I'm going to bring you all of the details in just a minute. I do have a team of lovely attorneys who are representing me in my ongoing lawsuit against the County of Orange. I will bring you up to date on that as well. And I also have some amazing goodies that were sent to me by lovely Healthy Americans. And it's been a while since I've shared those goodies that you've been sending me. I have a snail mail address for you below. If you don't have access to that description box, you can send your cards, letters, gifts. I'm so grateful for you to Peggy Hall. And it's my P.O. box. It's 205 Avenida Del Mar, number 681. That's San Clemente, California, 92674. All right. Before we go any further, let me thank the message. Let me thank the sponsor for the message. And this is a sponsored video this afternoon. So we are going to hop on over. I'm going to share my screen. And this is Health with Peggy. I've been telling you about this product because I believe in it, and I would love for you to try it as well. One of the secrets to reducing the appearance of aging is to consider your collagen levels. When your collagen levels decline, as they naturally do with age, your skin gradually begins to show those aging signs like fine lines, wrinkles, and more. And that's why I highly recommend including collagen in your daily regimen. Now, I like this ageless multi-collagen that you can get over at healthwithpeggy.com. This provides the 5 critically important types of collagen to support skin elasticity and hydration. One easy to take scoop each day is all you need to help reduce the appearance of wrinkles. So try it today for up to 53% off the original price, plus you will get several additional free bonuses. Order now by going to healthwithpeggy.com, or you can click in the description box below, and that is healthwithpeggy.com. Friends, let me tell you about this 4th investigation that I've had instigated against me by the Bar Association of California. And I know many of my very savvy Healthy Americans will tell me that the bar stands for British accredited something or other. And I get it that you are very skeptical about our legal system. And boy, so am I, having been involved in it for the last 3 years with my lawsuit against the county. I am going to create a very short summary video of that I will have on my website. I'll also post it here on YouTube so you can share it with people who are asking for a very brief explanation of what I'm doing. And I'll have about 2 or 3 sentences as well. Basically, I'm suing the county for them to stop trying to violate our political system of 3 separate branches of government. They are trying to give all of their legislative power to the governor. And that's why our governor, I don't even claim him as mine, but that's why the tyrant in chief and all of those in your various states as well, that's why they kept creating these orders and proclamations and emergency orders and executive orders that really had very little authority in law and definitely had nothing to do with you as an individual unless you work for the government. So I've spoken about that a lot. I will continue to do so. But because I have been speaking out against the government and against government corruption, and because I have been educating people on their rights that are not given by the Constitution. The Constitution does not confer any rights. You are born with God-given rights. And this includes the right to life, which is why I will fight and march it all the way to heaven, the right for every life, not just those that are convenient. And I've spoken about that a lot, that every life has value, every life is sacred, and every life and every person, whether that's a developing baby in the womb or the mother of that baby or the father or the grandparents or anyone, we all have the right to life guaranteed by God, given to us by God, I should say, guaranteed by the Constitution. And these rights that we have, the right to life, the right to pursue our own dreams, desires, education, goals, start a business, all of these have been really intruded and infringed by the government. They've done so in a very incremental manner so that people don't notice it, but they've pushed so hard now that people are actually waking up and pushing back. So many healthy Americans said, Peggy, I knew what the government was doing was wrong, but I didn't know how to fight back. By the way, if you want to, and if you haven't, signed up for the free end of cooties, end of COVID summit that I am a part of, please do so. I will have a link for you below. And even though you're ready to close the book on that, as I am, I think it's very important that we take away some lessons so that we know how to stand up against these hogwashers in the future. As a matter of fact, now until Monday, I've got a little contest going for my lovely healthy Americans, and everyone who signs up before Monday for this free program, and even if you only watch my presentation, it will be worth it, I promise. Everyone who does that, I am going to enter you into a drawing where you are going to get a free one-on-one phone conversation with me, and I will help you with whatever it is you are dealing with, whether you're trying to get medical care without discrimination, maybe you've got a child who's trying to go to college, maybe you are applying for a job, maybe you or someone you know is trying to get a green card or citizenship, maybe you are planning on traveling, or whatever the case may be. If you need my help, maybe you just want my help to determine how you can live in freedom going forward, I would love to assist you with that. And you are going to win a complimentary 25-minute phone call with me. There will be, let's see, we're going to have one winner from anyone who has signed up so far all the way until Monday, which I believe is January 10th. And that will be all the way setting up through midnight. So go ahead and grab that link. I will have it for you in the description box below. At the end of this video, I've also got it in previous videos. So that is a way that I can also help you. When you watch my presentation on that free summit, you will get a complete picture on exactly what to do to stand up for your rights. And then I want to help you personally. Because I've been doing that, because I have helped, I'm going to say hundreds of thousands of people, maybe millions, given the view counts, which are highly suspect here on YouTube. They've shadow banned me so incredibly, over the several months here, couple of years. I don't really care about the view count. I care about the number of people that I help. And a couple of years ago, when I was broadcasting my videos for Amtrak and Wells Fargo and Southwest Airlines and the military and those that worked in government contractors and so forth, I've had thousands of people email me and say, Peggy, thank you for standing up and educating me on my rights and how to push back at the woke place so that I could keep my job without the jab. Now, it's not 100% because many of you work for criminals, and many of you have, and I'm going to read a letter to you later from a healthy American who said she was very happy that she actually left her job at Kaiser because it was so horrible to work there, but now she knows her rights. So because of this, because I've been educating people, apparently I've been ruffling some feathers. And over the last 3 years, so I guess it's basically once a year or so, I receive a letter from the State Bar of California informing me that they are conducting an investigation because I am practicing law without a license. All right, you're probably laughing at this because it is laughable. It's very amusing. And in fact, it's not the California Bar that is actually bringing the charges. It's not really, they're not really charges, bringing the allegation against me. It is people in the public, all right, just individuals that, or maybe employers, or who knows what, maybe they're funded by George Soros, I don't know. But there are individuals who have taken it upon themselves to write a letter to the California Bar Association to complain about the work that I'm doing. Now, this is very mild. As I say, it's amusing. You should have seen the vile, hate-filled messages and horrible things that people would send me in the mail in the early days. They were operating out of fear. And you know what? I forgive them. They are ignorant, and I feel sorry for them. I pity them that their only way of taking action was in a hate-filled, vile manner, which only served to make me fight even more and to stand for truth and to shine God's light even more brightly. It certainly didn't make me go, huh, oh, okay, somebody sent me a FedEx bag of dog poop. They actually did. And so therefore, I'm never going to make another video again. I mean, isn't that sad that they're that ignorant that they think that I actually would stop my work because of their ridiculous, childish ways of acting out? They really were like toddlers that were having a tantrum. If they had taken that energy to actually dig deeper, to actually research and read and learn and apply themselves in a positive way, just think what they could achieve. But instead, they went along the lines of other ne'er-do-wells, I guess, and only seek to destroy. So I've had individuals lodge these allegations against me, and I take it as a compliment because they think that I'm actually an attorney. They think that I have a degree in the law. And friends, you don't need a degree in the law. All you need is the ability to read and reason and conclude and understand and apply what you learn. The law is actually quite straightforward. It's a lot of the slimy tactics of the attorneys that twist all of that in order to try to obfuscate, confuse, distract, detract, divert your attention so that you don't you aren't able to follow things clearly. So this latest one, so here's what normally happens. I get a letter from the State Bar of California that will say something along the lines that we are opening up an investigation against you for regarding allegations of the unauthorized practice of law. In other words, they're saying that I am practicing law and I don't have a license in the state of California. Well, that's absolutely true that I don't have a law license in the state of California. I've never gone to law school. I wanted to, actually, I thought about that. I have a bachelor's degree in political science, and I had considered going to law school because I stand for justice and I can't stand to see people being taken advantage of and, you know, snookered and bamboozled and all the things that have happened to us over the last few years. But when I went into the Peace Corps in Morocco, actually, over the years, I went on to graduate school, and I did get a master's degree in international law and policy, not to practice law, but to understand different political systems. I used to really like following the news, and so much of my young adult life, the headlines were all about, you know, war in the Middle East. And I had just an interest in that part of the world. And I thought that I had all of the answers to peace. I probably do, because again, it's very simple, like stop fighting. Also, a lot of that, as I've come to find out, is really orchestrated and sensationalized. I've traveled in different countries, and I have not seen the kind of violence and terrorism and animosity that we are told about in the headlines. So I saw things through my own eyes. I digress. I've always been interested in different cultures, in travel, and I decided to go, because I love teaching, into that realm more than into law. But I've always had an interest in it. So the letters usually go along the lines of, we are requesting that you provide information to refute this, and we want to see all of the cases that you've argued and the people that you have represented and all of this. And I usually write back with a paragraph that says, the person who's making the allegations has the burden of proof. So who do they say I have represented? And exactly what cases have I fought in court? And where exactly am I doing this, illegal, unauthorized practice of law? Because practice of law in California, you have to have a client that you are representing. And I actually have on my website a very lengthy statement that says, I'm not an attorney. I am not giving legal advice. I am providing information and education to help you increase your knowledge so that you will understand your rights and the laws that protect them. So when I reply back, and I usually give the same reply, I reply back to the State Bar of California, and I say, number one, the person who's making the claim has to bear the burden of proof. So who are all these people that I'm representing? And how many times have I represented them in court? And where is my contract to represent them? I like, that doesn't exist. And then the second thing I say is, actually, I am not a member of the California Bar Association, so I'm not sure what jurisdiction you have over my activities anyway. You common law folk are going to really love that I say that. So here's what they write back. Dear Ms. Hall, the State Bar has completed the investigation regarding the allegations of the unauthorized practice of law, and we have determined that this matter does not warrant further action. Therefore, the matter is closed. Okay, that's the same letter that I've gotten 4 times, all right? And thank you for your cooperation. Sincerely, so-and-so investigator. Yes. The State Bar. State Bar of California. All right, so that was number 4. I wonder how many more times I'm going to have those allegations against me. You see, friends, the powers that shouldn't be and the public servants can't stand it that I have had an impact on helping so many people stand up for their rights. One of my non-legal clients who I look at it in terms of, I'm an educator. I've been an educator all of my life, and I am helping people understand and interpret these laws. You don't have to be an attorney to do that. I have not represented anyone in court. In retrospect, I wish that I had represented myself in this case only because it's so very expensive, and I'm grateful for everyone that has sent me letters of support as I'm suing the government. I didn't really it's not really that I'm suing the government. I have what's called a petition, and that simply means that I am petitioning the court to tell the county to stop breaking the law. It's something along the lines of like a restraining order. Normally, that should have been issued immediately. In fact, the first judge did rule in my favor and say, you're absolutely right. The county is violating the law, and I hereby order the county to come back in 3 months and show me that they're following the law. Well, that judge was taken off the case, and 3 months later, we had a whole circus of revolving clowns. Oh, I'm sorry, I meant to say judges on the case, and all of the court jesters. Oh, I'm sorry, I meant to say attorneys that were representing the county. And as a matter of fact, I'm going to put in a Freedom of Information request to find out exactly how much money the county has spent defending themselves in this indefensible manner, because the judge did say that they were violating the law. But every subsequent judge that we've had about 4, have said, oh, this is so complicated, I can't figure it out. Oh, you better come back. I really don't understand what's going on here. Yeah, I see the writing on the wall, and I'm not giving up. And we have another hearing in October. Oh my gosh, we're going on 3 years. It's absolutely stunning. But I'm not going to stop because I stand for justice. And I'm happy to get more letters from the State Bar of California. And there's nothing to investigate because I'm not practicing law. And what really is interesting about this is I have an opportunity to educate the State Bar of California by letting them know I am providing legal information. All right, where is the penal code that I am violating for reading the law, which is like online, and then explaining that law to my viewers? Oh, I forgot, that's called freedom of speech. It's actually protected by the Bill of Rights, the constitutional amendments, and the Constitution of California, Article 1, Section 1. All right. The same place that says, I have the right to life. Oh, and then a little bit down further in the Constitution, they got rid of that and said, except for if it's an innocent, vulnerable, developing baby, that life doesn't matter. Yeah, no, I will always speak out against that. All right. Let's look at some of these wonderful things that my Healthy American sent. Look at this beautiful crushed pineapple, citrus, pineapple, sugar. Oh my gosh, that smells so good and it lifts my spirits. And this came from a lovely Healthy American that also understands what I love. Is this beautiful gold glitter in a heart? That is so sweet. And this is from Kathy. Now I want to read this letter to you because she says, Peggy, I continue to hold you and Pastor David in my prayers. As a paid subscriber, thank you for all you do for to bring light into a very dark, corrupt world. And that's also, she cites John 1:15. Your words of encouragement really lift me up. While, sorry, I'm trying to make out the handwriting a little bit. While something on the reality of life in this period of time. I thought of you when I saw this candle, pineapple scented. I love pineapples. Hope you enjoy it. Although I ended up fired from my job at Kaiser in Washington, I can honestly say that my Christian, Christ-centered confidence is now stronger than ever. And she has that underlined with an exclamation point. How about them apples? She says, them are pretty good apples. Hugs to you, stay strong and true, from Kathy. She said, P.S. I moved to Texas last October. So many Healthy Americans are moving to America. They're basically leaving places like California, Washington, Oregon, New Jersey, Connecticut, Pennsylvania, New York, and they are moving to free states. So she worked for a criminal and she was fired from her job illegally. She is finding a better life in Texas. And I just want to say how grateful I am for this beautiful card here from Kathy. How many of you know Media Bear? I got this lovely package from Media Bear. You may know he is on YouTube. And this is Dr. Clown. And Dr. Clown with Karen have made many videos and they're just fantastic. So here it says, here's the CD. It says, Peggy, stay healthy, too healthy. And then it's signed Karen and Dr. Clown. And the reason they said that, and here you go, it's a 2 CD set. And again, you can see them here. And the reason they said that is because I have a little cameo in one of their videos called I'm Too Healthy. So they've got 12 songs here. Stick me with your death shot. How about that? I'm too healthy. Gaslighting me with psyops. Money to nothing. Oh my gosh, they're so good. So please check out Media Bear. You can find Media Bear here on YouTube. And I just want to thank Dr. Clown and Karen for keeping me actually amused during the 3 years of the hogwash. And of course, the hogwash is still continuing. They had these great videos and they made me laugh. And humor is one of our powerful tools against the enemy. So thank you so much for that. And let me do one more here. And this is from Catherine. And she is an animal lover and sent some beautiful stickers. And I'll just finish up with this one. She also sent a donation. Thank you so much, Catherine, for my lawsuit. She said, Dear Peggy, I'm a longtime subscriber to the Healthy American. I've wanted to write to you for a long time. When I first saw your channel, it was like an angel from above. Oh, thank you. She said, like so many, I was in the midst of a woke place situation at the bank I work at. I did end up getting your legal rights card that can be carried around, and I still have it, even though I was able to avoid any jobs on the job. I should say. And this particular, and I was able to avoid this particular hogwash for the most part. Thank you for all of your amazing work. and your gift for breaking down the bizarre machinations of the recent tyranny, whether it be geoengineering, ESG, the transformers, or any of the many types of bizarre psychological warfare we experience. Friends, that is why I use some of these headlines in order to help us really fine-tune our skills of critical thinking. Trust me, I can't stand to watch the news. I don't even have a TV. I haven't had a TV ever. I remember being the only college student that didn't have a TV. So I really don't sit and want to be spoon-fed what the mainstream merry-go-round media wants to tell me. But at the same time, I want to see what everyone else is being spoon-fed and what's being sloshed all over them so that I can help break that down. So I'm glad that Catherine understands that. She said, I really relate to much of your mindset. My mom, like yours, was a nurse. She was very skeptical about medicine. And she goes on to talk about how she also was able to avoid the cocktails. And I've shared your videos out to my groups on Facebook, and I've made your Orange County legal case known to others that I subscribe to. I wonder if you could distribute your videos on Rockfin. I have to look into that. Yeah, if anybody knows about that, please let me know as well. She said, I want to support your efforts with this lawsuit. And then she goes on to say that she, anyway, I'll leave a couple of the private things private, but she said, I hope you continue to talk about how dangerous those emergency powers and actions are, and will perhaps speak to potential triggers of further emergency powers, like the continuation of government, which I think is what they are using with all of their UFO whistleblowers and alien attacks. They're sending those out like test balloons, she says. And I think NASA has a lot of advanced technology that will be made public one way or another. And I'm afraid that a lot of people are going to fall for that and the emergency orders again. Thank you for all of your hard work. Please know it is greatly appreciated. I appreciate you. I appreciate all of those thousands of people who have sent me cards and letters. My lovely moderator here, Rhonda, helps me stay on top of my thank you notes, and I am woefully behind, but I want everyone to know that I receive all of your letters. It does take me a little bit of time to get back, especially if you are asking for some kind of action step. It's faster if you email support@thehealthyamerican.org. You will get a lot faster help and attention than writing a letter, because I've literally got bins and bins and bins and bins of cards and letters that come in. And I'm so grateful. I read each one, and it just takes a little while to do the action on them. So I will continue to share these because it really encourages me, and I want to be an encouragement. There are lovely Healthy Americans that constantly send me links to videos, links to articles, information that they want me to read. And given my very limited time, as I know your time is limited as well, and my desire to kind of sift through what I think is the most important issues that I want to bring to you, and kind of let the other stuff sort of fall by the wayside. I made a video some time ago called How to Spot the Fakes, Frauds, and Phonies. Not you, my Healthy Americans, but there are prominent people in the movement that I'm very skeptical of. And I am not going to name names, because I will be more than happy to have a conversation with someone and ask them the questions that I have. I would love to raise the concerns that I have with them one-on-one, but I'm not going to do a hit piece on someone, for views, or to just say my position without allowing them to have a back and forth. So that's one reason why I'm not going to name names. But what I will do, and what I have done, is give you like a laundry list of things to look for. And one thing that I'll just throw out, because it's so troubling to me, and I'll make more videos on this as well, is this concept of like restoring democracy or reclaiming democracy. Or, friends, we're not a democracy. We have democratic principles in our political system. The word democracy is nowhere in our Constitution. We are a constitutional republic, which means we are restrained by the Constitution. In a democracy, it is there are no constitutional restraints, which means any laws can be passed if they're passed by a majority. That doesn't make sense. That is not, our constitutional framers fought against that on purpose, which is why we only have 2 senators per state. It's not done just on the number of people. And that's why we have a second house, which has the representatives by population. And interestingly, California lost a congressional seat because of the reduction in population. I wonder why that is. I can't for the life of me figure out why in the world people are fleeing California, but they are. Another example of this is we don't elect the president by popular vote. Why? Because we're not a democracy. We are a constitutional republic. Your vote goes for your electors in your state, and then in December, they cast their votes, whether it's Republican or Democrat, because that's what your vote goes for. That's another very simple, clear example of we're not a democracy. Do me a favor and just do a research, do some research online and go to a website called Democracy Now. Okay, it's basically communism, all right? So don't fall for this pie in the sky democracy. Can I say crap? I don't know. I've never said that word online months, because